Right, welcome back to Low Energy Opinions. That's right, we're doing one of these, as promised, to my friend forever, Evan Lefebvre, whose image should appear on screen now in a few seconds. Right, beforehand, I'm just going to tell anyone who doesn't know in advance what my opinions one is. It's just my opinions, but it can also be stories about my life. And that's what it's going to be today. Basically, a while ago I had a bit of a memory flash to when I was in college, and I told Evan something, and he's like, "Oh, you should do a video about this." I'm like, "Yeah, I've been looking to make something since I came back from Dublin. I promised him something in Dublin, but the weather was shit." Um, so here I am. Basically, as the title says, Irish Evan. You see, 111 Army of Heaven, Evanism, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it the Church of Ooey. It has connections to Evan. Wherever you look, the sun, the sky, uh, this cup, there's connections. You just have to look. So this one is from my college years and was it's about 10 years ago now. Christ, I'm getting old. Aren't we all? And I was in college, first year, and I was hanging around with a bunch of people, chatting, drinking, laughing, hitting on the hot girl in our group because obviously we were. And yet there was one guy who managed to get her. Ended up being her boyfriend for about 2 years. And he was basically Evan. Now, I wouldn't dox him if I remembered his name, but I can't remember his name. I'm thinking something like Mark. It was a generic name. So it was probably an alias Evan was under. And so I'm just going to call him John. So, John had the hair, the fashion sense, the love of weed, and he was huge into the Matrix. I mean, you remember that woman a few years ago in America who went on a killing spree, thinking that everyone inside was the Matrix? That was kind of what he was like, except he didn't want to kill people. But he would get defensive over it. He'd explain it to you once, and if you just made a little laugh at him, oh no, he'd look at you like he wanted to rip your head off. So if you've ever imagined what Evan is angry, it's something that should not be. Evan angry, Evan pissed off is not a fun experience for anyone involved. Same with this John fellow, because he was chill as fuck. You know, he'd lay back, he'd smoke some smokes, have a few drinks, talk about music, movies, particularly one franchise. You can guess which. And obviously talk about philosophy and shit like that. And he would go on and on about. He'd go on about how there's no way of knowing that we're not inside the Matrix. There's no way of knowing that we aren't all in a simulation. I always wonder what happened to him. But of course, you know, you move on, you forget about people you met in college, usually because of the things you did in college. You can't really remember much about it. And then, years later, here's this guy from the Midwest of America who's basically the biological father of Jesus Christ. Evanism is everywhere. I mean, I have a plan for a thumbnail that I've got in the kitchen. I've got to take a picture of it. And it just compounds it. Once or twice might be a coincidence, but it's like that movie, the 23. It's everywhere. The more and more you look at it, the more and more your mind is blown. But it's not a negative sort of blown, like you expect the black helicopters to show up, or like the Matrix, you're going to wake up in some sort of tube. No, it's more of a, huh, Maybe there is something going on here after all. Maybe I should look a little closer. Maybe I shouldn't worry so much. Maybe I should just sit down, crack open a beer, or light up a joint, you know. It's all good. But yeah, ever since I started talking to Evan, I've noticed these connections. And I'm not the only one. Go onto the Discord, and at least once or twice a day, someone's going to be posting up 111. Man, here's proof. But, you know, I'm I'm only a follower of Evan. Evan himself is constantly putting out stuff. So, if you want to see what I'm talking about, you should check out his channel, which link will be in the description down below. And he's constantly producing new stuff on and off YouTube. He's now got Twitch, and he's got a really cool rabbit stream. Which the reason I'm just gonna say this now. The reason I'm missing so much of this shit, hours. I'm usually asleep when you're doing this stuff, but whenever I'm not asleep, I rush to be a part of it. Yeah, I have fun with the man. I have fun with the people he gathers together. It's more than fun though. It's can be an experience that if you want to, you should check out. Anyway, I'm something today that was remotely competent. I will see you all tomorrow for some hopefully more productive live streaming, and I'm sure Evan's got something planned for today or for tomorrow, so you might want to check him out. Hold on.